welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be upcycling, embroidering my granddad's old shirt, which actually I think was my dad's first, then my dad gave it to my granddad. Yeah, my granddad passed away during the lockdown and I ended up getting all of his stuff to upcycle. I'm hoping to like make a series. Somebody's coming down the stairs, they're gonna interrupt my video.
Shawty, yeah.
He's just trying to show up his singing vocals. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's drop a Reggie Coles for them. So, yeah, as I got interrupted, basically I have all my granddad's clothing and I'm gonna be upcycling them. For example, this shirt, I won't be upcycling it, I'll be like just adding a bit of something to it, do you know what I mean? Some things I'll take apart and recreate, like the jeans to corset. If you haven't watched that, I'll put a card right there. You know how bad I've been wanting to do that. I keep forgetting when I record. But anyways, what was I actually saying? What was the aim of this? So the aim of this video is to watch me show you how to embroider this line on my back. Can you see that? Yeah. So, as I always say in every video, stay tuned for more. By the way, if you want to see me do that insecure riff challenge, look at my Instagram. So I started to colour the lining on Photoshop and I thought if I do it digitally it'll come out a bit better, like I'll be able to do a bit more shading. I don't know, I just thought it'd be a good idea, but I just was not feeling it, so I thought okay, maybe I need to do physical colouring, and this just wasn't working either. Like, look.
What is that?
So I decided I need to scrap it. It didn't take me long to stop colouring. I don't know, I used to love colouring as a child, but now it's just like, so I gave up colouring. But also because I wasn't enjoying it, I feel like it was going to change my mindset on the project. It was going to make me not enjoy it, and if I'm not enjoying it, it's not going to come out good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to risk it. Like, that's what I do. That is what I do. But I'm going to trace my lion image onto the back of the shirt using a water-soluble marker, and then I'm just gonna embroider from there. Like, I'm literally just gonna embroider straight onto the shirt, no sample pieces or anything, because
Ain't nobody got time for
I'm
that.
doing too much thinking on it and I don't want to do I don't want to do too much thinking on it. So yeah, that's the plan from here on. This was the A4 one, and then these are them stuck together, and I prefer this size because this is a large or extra large shirt. It looks better on the back like this. So my next step is to just trace this onto the shirt. You see this, guys? Innovation.
Well, duh.
So I just started to trace out the line image using the Mac as a light box, and when I say my back was killing me, it took so long. Well, it was only about 15 minutes, but when you're in an awkward position, it feels like forever. I did it. Done did it. Anyways, I've traced out my lion because I'm not scared of a lion. deserts, tigers and bears. But I like it. I'm thinking about writing Lion of Judah like across the top, or Lion of Yehuda, because Yehuda is Judah in Hebrew, and the reason why I'd be writing that is because it links to my faith, and I think I'd like to incorporate my faith into my pieces a little bit more, my personal pieces anyway. But yeah, I kind of like it. I don't know, because I showed my parents it and they were like, you should have done it higher up, but then I was like, I might put the writing in. But I don't know. The thing is though, I can trace out lettering saying what I want it to say, and then if I don't like it, I can just wash it off because it's water soluble marker. So yeah. So I went back to Photoshop and started messing around with a bit of lettering. Now I kind of had an idea of what I wanted. I wanted like a varsity style kind of, you know what you see in like American programs, like the high school kids wearing, something like that. So I traced my lion, but obviously I was saying I want to have wording on there. So I made these. This was the first one, but then I thought it wasn't really like, it wasn't doing it for me. So I made it taller, and I prefer that one a lot more. But you know what, I'm still thinking, should I make it a bit longer? So I've just printed another one, and it's a bit bigger now, so I'm just going to put it together, cut it out like this and see if I like it. Yeah, I like this size. I think it looks good. Yeah, so the next step would be for me to sellotape this underneath and just trace it onto there. So I'm just going to clip it. And make sure that you put it with the writing facing down like that. I didn't test whether the water soluble marker will come off. Always test it before you work on your fabrics, but oh well. I traced my lettering on. I'm just gonna take the paper off the back now. This is basically ready for me to embroider. I can't embroider straight like this. I have to prepare the fabric because this is a bit too thin, so I need to add stabilizer on. So I'm just gonna cut that out to the right size, and then I can start embroidering on it a little bit. I've got some stabilizer, and all that's gonna do is essentially stabilize the fabric so that I can embroider on it, because the shirt's just a bit too thin to work on by itself. So I just ironed my stabilizer now. Basically, I've cut a piece that's large enough to fit over my lion. I'm just going to use a separate piece for the writing, but I think I'll start on the lion before I start on the writing. Yeah. So all I'm going to do now is put this in a good position, and I'm going to put this circle piece underneath in the place that I want to start embroidering first, which is the face. And then I'm going to press this down on top, solid, and then I'm going to tighten that just here. And this is what it should look like on the good side. So mine has a little bit of puckering, so I'm just going to like pull it carefully, because I want it to be as taut as possible so that the embroidery lays flat. So these are the threads that I'm going to be using. I will be doing machine embroidery, so I've got majority of these, but these are the ones. So I've got like a dark brown, like a more greyish brown, orange, yellow, a kind of green, and a cream. And then this one's the same as the dark. And then I've got these ones here, which are just hand embroidery skeins. What do you call it? Skeins? Skein? No, I don't know. But basically, these ones are for hand embroidery. So if I decide I want to work on it a bit more, I after when I got those. So that's what I'm gonna use. Why are you doing that? So I'm gonna continue to thread my machine as normal. Now I'm changing the normal foot of the machine. So this is an embroidery foot which will allow me to do freehand stitching, so I can move the fabric underneath however I want. Whereas this foot, which is your normal foot, only allows you to go back and forth. To get the shirt underneath the sewing machine, I have to lift the foot up really high. Wait a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna lift the foot up there so that it goes over. And now I'm ready to start sewing. Now I'm a bit scared. I think I'm gonna start on the lines in the middle. I've chosen a thread that's not too dark, just in case I make a mistake first. I can kind of disguise it with a darker thread. I think I'm gonna start off very minimalistic and then work my way up. When I say minimalistic, I mean I'm just gonna do the outlines and then start experimenting with zigzags and stuff like that afterwards. The update on what the embroideries look like. I added in loads of orange. So I need to get, I've already put it on the machine now, this lighter brown. I'm gonna start putting that on. Ooh. I'm gonna start putting that like over here, just filling in the gaps basically. And then I've got this lighter one there. I don't have a lot of it, but I'm gonna use it on the whiskers, this center bit here and here if I can, and then if I have some left over I want to try and fill in the gaps, but that's just a quick update for now. Okay, another update. So I just filled in these, I've done the whiskers, but now I need to fill in these bits here, and I'm gonna add some highlights, you know, to make it pop. And then I'll be ready to move on to the lettering. I want to iron it first though. So I've embroidered the letters now and I just gave it a quick iron. And then I realised I haven't filled in the eyes, so I'm just going to quickly do those circles. I might even just outline all of this in dark brown and this bit here. Yeah, I think I'm finally done with this project now because I've done the lettering. I added in a bit more of the yellow details, but I'm basically out of thread now. So it's time for me to rip off the interfacing, which is what I've been waiting for. Oh my gosh. Satisfying. I did give it an iron, and here's what it looks like on the outside. I want to wash it and get all this water soluble marker off so that I really know what it looks like without any stuff in the background. But you know, I'm a bit unhappy with the wrinkling that it's created, because with the embroidery it started to stretch the fabric, if that makes sense, which has caused it to have loads of ripples. It doesn't lay flat. So these are things that I'm going to try and keep in mind for the next time that I do something like this. But for the most part I'm quite happy with it, and like, because the shirt's oversized, it doesn't really look that bad. If it was fitted, oh, I would be so upset. But yeah, I'm just gonna go and wash this, let it dry, iron it, and then I'll do the final reveal. here guys, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. I have a few things that I want to say about how the shirt turned out. I'm really happy with how it turned out overall, and I think that the colours are okay. I do wish that I had a few more shades of brown just to vary it up a little bit, but I have what I have because we're in lockdown. But another thing that I want to mention is that the warping of the fabric, because of the size of it, it's so big, it manipulated the fabric in a way that I didn't like. So in the future I'd probably do it on a smaller scale. I'd probably interface instead of stabilize it next time to see if that makes a difference. But yeah, I'm happy with it, so that's the end anyways. So I hope that I'll see you in my next video, and people are looking at me. So I'm gonna end the video here. Bye.
Thanks. I'm glad you came along.